Alright, so I'm starting a new series called Biblical Breakdowns, and this is where we take well-known Bible stories and ask questions nobody talks about, and make sense of the details that usually get overlooked. We're going to be starting with David and Goliath. We know how it ends. Young shepherd boy walks onto the battlefield and takes down a 9-foot-tall warrior with a single stone. Sounds impressive, but this wasn't just the lucky shot. This was one of the greatest underdog victories in history. This wasn't just about some kid beating a giant. This was the entire nation of Israel watching their fate play out in one-on-one combat. If David loses, Israel becomes Philistine slaves. If he wins, everything changes. But here's what most people miss. David didn't just grab one stone, he grabbed 5. Was he doubting his aim? Did he think Goliath had backup? Or was there something else bigger going on? Starting with 1 Samuel 17 verse 40, he took his stick into his hand and chose for himself 5 smooth stones from the brook and put them in the shepherd's bag which he had. Now, if he was confident that God would give him this victory, why bring extras? Next, we are going to read 1 Samuel 17, 45 through 47. Then David said to the Philistine, "You come to me with a sword, a spear, and a javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have taunted. This day the Lord will deliver you up into my hands, and I will strike you down and remove your head from you. And I will give the dead bodies of the army of the Philistines this day to the birds of the sky and the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel, and that all this assembly may know that the Lord does not deliver by sword or by spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hands." So David's literally telling Goliath, this battle is the Lord's, and he's going to give you into our hands. So clearly this wasn't about second guessing his own. David knew exactly what was going to happen. But here's something wild. Goliath wasn't the only giant in town. In 2 Samuel 21, 15 through 22, we found out that Goliath had 4 relatives, all of them warriors and all of them giants. In verse 22 it says, "These 4 were born to the giant of Gath, and they fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants." So David was preparing for them too? Maybe. Some scholars think David wasn't just showing faith in God, he was showing readiness. Like, if they step up, I got something for them too. And that's a whole lesson by itself. Just because you trust God doesn't mean you walk in unprepared. David's faith was in God's power, but his preparation was his responsibility. How often do you expect God to handle everything without doing our part? You pray for a job, but never send applications. You want to grow spiritually, but never open your Bible. That's not faith, that's wishful thinking. Proverbs 21 verse 31 states, "The horse is prepared for battle, but victory belongs to the Lord." David didn't just believe he'd win, he'd show up ready. Faith and preparation go hand in hand. So, did David pick up those stones for Goliath's relatives, or was he just being smart? Either way, the point stands. Trusting God doesn't mean showing up empty-handed. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you like this breakdown, we've got plenty more coming. See y'all next time.